So in case you didn't know, Beats is on the verge of dying, and well, Apple is slowly replacing the existing Beats headphones with their own AirPods equivalent. And we've started seeing this transition take place with the AirPods Max this year, which of course replaces higher-end versions of Beats' headphones. But of course, Apple is yet to address Beats' most popular lineup, which of course is the Beats Solo, and now we have information about a possible replacement in the form of AirPods Sport. So without further ado, let's just delve into all of this information. Make sure to like and subscribe, click that notification, and with that being said, let's just tuck in. So of course, the AirPods Max, they're a pretty cool pair of headphones. Like, I did hate on them initially, and yes, I still agree, they are outrageously expensive, but I have warmed up to the weird design, and I've heard the noise cancellation and the sound quality is apparently amazing. But of course, however great they are, I can't really be spending $550 of my money on a pair of headphones, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys are on the same boat as well, so these AirPods Sport are much more enticing. Now, technically, these should be called the AirPods Max Broke Boy Edition, because basically, in Apple land, sport means cheap. These are going to be the AirPods Max Lite in a way, so they're going to have the same tech, probably the same ANC, sound quality, transparency mode, adaptive EQ, all of that amazingness, but of course in a cheaper build and ultimately a cheaper price tag. So this information about AirPods Sport comes from a Twitter leaker called Apple Rumors. Wow, such a creative name. But the dodgy name does indicate the fact that yes, this guy has pretty much no credibility, so take this information with a grain of salt, but what he's telling us does seem to make some sense. And pretty much he says that these AirPods Sports should be $400 and they should be coming around the middle of next year. This information makes a lot of sense to me because number one, Apple's gonna add a bit of that good old Apple tax on top of the price, so it being slightly more expensive than the competition like the Sony XM4s and the Bose 700s makes complete sense to me. And of course, the launch date makes a lot of sense because Apple could either release these at WWDC or quietly release them via some press release in the middle of the year like they have done in the past. The next pieces of info also add up to me because it has, of course, a sports silicone material, which makes sense because it's a sportier model. It has smaller ear cups, so it's slightly more compact. And most importantly, it weighs 290 grams, which is considerably lighter than, of course, the AirPods Max. And while I've heard good things about the weight distribution on the AirPods Max, they are ultimately very heavy for a pair of headphones, and so the lighter material choice on the AirPods Sport is going to make them more comfortable. And of course, like the name suggests, for true athletes like myself, the fact that these are lighter means that you can comfortably use these during long sessions of intense cardio workouts, which is something I often do, of course. So in terms of design, Apple could take two directions with the AirPods Sport. So of course, the more straightforward route to take with these AirPods Sport in terms of design is to pretty much use the design of the AirPods Max. So basically keep the same shape and design of the current AirPods Max, but of course get rid of all the premium materials for some cheaper peasant materials. But of course, Apple won't say that because Apple can't speak broke. Instead, they'll say, oh my god, these headphones are unapologetically plastic. Wow. Anyways, personally, I think Apple might do something a little different, and so I think there is a chance that Timothy could be a little lazy and just repurpose the current existing Beats design. And honestly, this would be perfect because the sole reason people bought Beats headphones in the first place is because they looked super cool. They sounded trash and they broke after a few hours of use, but they looked absolutely amazing. And so if Apple could incorporate that with the AirPods Sport, that would be something quite nice, and that would differentiate it from, of course, the more premium and I guess more serious looking AirPods Max. In terms of features, we should expect it to be very similar to the AirPods Max, like John Pross has mentioned in the past. Though because these have slightly smaller ear cups, at least according to this recent leak, there is a possibility these could be worse in terms of sound quality compared to the AirPods Max, which obviously is a slight bummer, but of course isn't a huge deal breaker when the price is so much cheaper. In fact, here's a cheeky fact for you guys. Apple is actually planning to release the AirPods Sport and the AirPods Max together because, of course, the AirPods Max is supposed to be the luxury model and the AirPods Sport is for us normies out there. But because of production delays, Apple had to go ahead and just release the AirPods Max by themselves, and because of that, Apple got a lot of flack for the price, though technically these are the luxury versions of their over-ear pair of headphones. And so I wonder what would have happened if Apple released the AirPods Sport alongside the AirPods Max, because I assure you, Apple probably wouldn't have got so much flack for the pricing since, of course, that would have made it clear to consumers that the AirPods Max are for those rich boys out there and the AirPods Sport is for people like us. But of course, they didn't do that, and honestly, I think it might have been a bad move to just go ahead with the AirPods Max release. I feel like they could have delayed it and waited for the AirPods Sport to be ready for production, but no, they went ahead with the release and they got roasted by literally everyone. Also want to mention another quick tidbit about the AirPods Max. There were a lot of other features that were rumored to be in these headphones that unfortunately did get cancelled because of these production delays. These other features included reversibility, which basically means that these headphones could be used either way. The left and right channel would just change in software, and so you could pretty much wear them anywhere you like, and that would have been pretty awesome. But also interchangeable headbands, so you could customize the heck out of these AirPods Max and of course change the cushions and the headbands and customize to your liking. But since Apple charges a ridiculous $69 for the ear cushions alone, I can't even begin to imagine how much they would have charged for the headband. So maybe it was a good idea to leave this feature out. Talking about leaving things out, another feature Apple dropped was the ability to control music via touch gestures instead of the digital crown that's on the final production unit. And my thinking is that maybe because the AirPods Sport won't have any production constraints, they could give us these features that we missed on the AirPods Max in, of course, these headphones. But I do ultimately think this is unlikely because, of course, it doesn't make sense for the cheaper AirPods Sport to have more features than its higher end brother. That would just be stupid. So I think those features would be reserved for the second generation of the higher end AirPods Max. Also, Apple, if you're watching, I want that case fixed with the AirPods Sport. Don't give us that bra looking case with these headphones as well, because that would be stupid, and I think everyone unanimously despises this case, so please, Timothy, rethink that. Just give us a normal case like literally everyone. Stop trying to be special and, of course, ending up just ruining things. And that's pretty much it when it comes to AirPods Sport, but tell me in the comments below, are you guys looking forward to these pair of headphones too? Anyways, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, click that bell notification, and with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya, peeps.